Hi guys, so my name is Payson for all of you that don't know, and today I'm going to teach you guys about ideology. So ideology's definition is a system of ideas and ideals, especially one that forms the basis of economic or political theory and policy. So ideology is ideas, values, and beliefs in a society. These are often taken for granted and seen as common sense. So ideology's message that the media producers are trying to put across are that audiences can also interpret these messages differently, even though there may be an intended message for the audience. Um, Also, in our reading, it states that Marxist thinking underwent significant changes in the post-war period, which had profound implications for the way in which the media are conceptualized. And then, as quoted from the reading, the most important shift was from the classical model of or Marx, linking ideology and culture to the economic basis of society, to the neo-Marxist or structuralist approaches, stressing the autonomy of ideology practices. And then one of the earliest attempts to move away from examining the economic determinants of the media and focus on how the media reproduces a particular way of seeing the world was found in the work of Louis Althusser. So Althusser's reworking of the theory of ideology represented an important development in Marxist thinking. His article drew attention to distinction between the repressive instruments of state, and that kind of included the army, courts, and police, and then that exercised the direct coercion to ensure the compliance of people to the established order, and then the ideological state of apparatuses, such as the church, education, religion, political system, and then, of course, the media. And then that all kind of reproduced an ideology that represents capitalism as natural and inevitable. So some key words that kind of go along with ideology, and also just to kind of like help you understand it more: worldview, goals, society, expectation, ideas, actions, vision, and then of course, there's a lot more that could also go along with that: system, politics, social, different parties, play. So those kind of tie into ideology just because it kind of makes up what the definition was. So ideology is used constantly throughout our daily lives, but something that I really wanted to relate it was more of like the media stance, and a movie that I found actually related really well to ideology is called Argo. So of those of you who don't know what Argo is, it takes place in the late 1970s revolutionary Iran, when 6 Americans escape a U.S. embassy during an invasion by Iranian protesters. So the plot is based on a book actually written by Tony Mendez, who was actually a CIA agent and responsible for bringing the 6 escapees back to the U.S. So what I found was, after watching the movie, it conveys 2 ideologies. So the first belief conveyed explicitly through the use of text and voiceover narration in the opening scenes, and that's about American aggressive foreign diplomacy and interventionism towards Iran in the second half of the 20th century. And then the second ideology shown implemency by means of the use of narrative. So an example in the movie would be the dehumanization of Irans. And then also cinematic techniques throughout the movie. So in one of the scenes, the mise-en-scene of U.S. Embassy and montage to demonstrate that the consultant is hurried to destroy secret documents that could be taken over after the intrusion. And then also just kind of celebrates American hero worship over the hostile Iranian other. So with all of that said, media plays a significant role in shaping people's values and value orientation on contemporary society. So through repeated exposure, media can have an influence on personal values, identity, and beliefs. So after all of that, the questions that I have for you guys today are: which associations do you get when you hear the concept of ideology? And then the second one, how do you think ideology is involved with the election? And then the third one, after watching this, name something that you learned about ideology that you didn't know before. Okay, bye. Thanks, guys.